don't think that he's good for you.
How do you know what's good for me?
That's my opinion! Don't you get it? Why can't anybody have an opinion but you?
That I don't think that he's good. That I don't.
One, hello, welcome to Sandra P's Gen Extra. It is so great to see everybody back for season 2, not 1 but 2 of Heart and Hustle Houston. So we are in our second season with the ladies. I have the cast picture up, so I'm going to tell you who everybody is. Let me put it up on my TV here as well and make sure it looks good. But on the top, we have in the middle, the beautiful Chloe. To Chloe's right is Latoria. And to her left is the beautiful Elena. And then, of course, I'm right there with my cloak of immunity. I didn't have Sandra P's cloak of immunity for their season 1. I'm going to put it over the cast, the entire cast, for season 2 because they need it, everybody. They need it. They coming in hot. I'm glad to see the ladies back, but I'll have to tell you, the way it's starting, I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm getting a little nervous, y'all. Excuse me. I'm trying to make sure I'm live and I'm good over here as well. Because they ended in sisterhood and they had a dinner and they were giving everyone a flower and just pouring life into each other. And I said, this is going to be great. This is going to be wonderful. We had Latoria opening up, Elena opening up. And now, y'all, why are we starting with teams? This is too early for teams, Heart and Hustle Houston. It's too early for teams. So welcome in to Sandra P's Gen Extra. I am so glad to see all of you here. And Team Replay, I will tell you in advance, I appreciate you so much. I love it when you are down in the comments. And you get a special privilege. You get a hype feature. There are only 3 per week. So I'm asking you right off the top for 1. Okay, let me have at least 1 of your hypes. And I would appreciate that so much. So let's go in and we'll start. I'll start with my notes. We'll see who else we have in here. Welcome in, Sharon Gobble, and also CDW. Thank you so much. Thank both of you for joining me during the live. You see the lovely ladies up there. I started introducing them. I got the top row. Chloe in the middle. Where's she at? In the middle. Then we got Latoria and then Elena also on the top row. My girl Ro is down at the bottom. She has a new short, beautiful blonde pixie cut. Yeah, we kill those pixies. We really do. I love it. I love it. I love it. Labrina is in the middle. Labrina seems to have chosen a side. Labrina. I can't believe Labrina is starting out this early, but let me not do too much yet with Labrina. And then Munira. Munira is my fellow content creator. She's out here seeking brand deals. She said her business is booming. I'm so thrilled for Munira. First season, I love everybody in the ensemble, but Munira is one of the ones, I don't know, I feel like she's trying to play the audience, kind of like chess, trying to present this certain image to everyone. She had her mother there. She had Norm, the husband, there, and she perfect children and all this kind of stuff. I think we're going to see a different side of Munira this season because it looks like there is going to be teams and she might be teaming up with Labrina against the other ladies. Why do we need teams? Why do we need teams? Only 6 of you. This is a perfect size for an ensemble. It's not Real Housewives. I'm not fussing at you all yet, but come on now. Please, let's not do this. So welcome, Sharon Gobble. Thank you for coming in during the live. And CDW, I appreciate you. Everyone's speaking to each other, and I'm thrilled to have you here. I have company, so if you hear sound bleeding through, that is the company. And as long as I allow them to have whatever it is they got going on, they will not bust in here. All right, so after the cameras were off, there was super weird energy. And Munira is now saying she feels that she felt like people were going to be honest, but then after the cameras, I don't know, something happened. Labrina put together a meeting, and I think this is where it starts. Labrina put together a meeting. She ended up cussing them out and telling them, F y'all, and getting up and storming out. We'll talk about that a little more. I think people are jockeying for a position, y'all. I'm getting a little bit upset about that. We don't need to do that. Sharon Gobble is in agreement. Sandra, I agree. All of them need the cloak. This is Sandra P's cloak of immunity. You will see it. It's right there. Let me try to put it on here so those of you that are new or that are unfamiliar, you'll see what it is. I went to BravoCon, and it was a really funny picture that I took. So I'm going to put it up on here. Let's see. All right, so there it is. It's in it. It's above me. That is the cloak of immunity. I put it over first season cast. I didn't have it available to them their first season, so it's available now. All of you ladies are wearing it because I don't know why season 2 we would start something like a 2-team thing. Y'all, it's too early for this. CDW, in this episode, I'm disappointed in Labrina. Yeah, we're going to have to see a lot more from her, CDW. I'm surprised if any of it went the way she's saying it did at her own mouth. F y'all, really? And you brought them together to all talk? To be real. Thank you for joining me during the live. It is so good to see you. Happy Sunday, Sandra P. Chat. Happy Sunday to you too. I hope everyone is having a great Sunday. I'm excited to have Heart and Hustle Houston back. And I'm glad they're here. They're our own network show. I don't love OWN, but if they give me something good to watch, I'll watch it. So I'm thrilled to have everybody in here. We're going to get started with these notes. We will get started with these ladies. And Labrina, we've got questions of Labrina. Munira, I hate to say it, I'm not that surprised at you. I actually am not that surprised at Munira. So we'll see what's going to happen. We start with Latoria. Is that part of the problem? Because this is an ensemble cast, but I feel like Labrina is thinking, oh, I got the husband with the biggest smile. I got the biggest ranch. And maybe she thought she was going to be HBIC. I'll say this now. I don't think anybody is HBIC. I don't know who assembled the friend group. I don't know who put the show together. I don't know who pitched it. I don't know all of those behind the scene things. I don't think there's an HBIC. I think Latoria has a personality that is she's kind of the glue a little bit. She seems a little objective, and I got to wrap her wrist a little bit about something that she had going on during this first episode. She sat down with Big Fine Jordan. I don't know. I don't believe in sitting down with these men, and your friend is having a problem with it, but that will come later. But I think, I don't know, maybe people saw Latoria as HBIC, or we ended with her at her party. Is that an issue, Labrina? I don't know what it is, but we find out that Latoria is still in PR. And she said, you thought I had stepped away, but it pulled her back in because we know she's very successful in Houston, in that arena. That's what she does. She plans events and she puts people together. And I'm not going to say women empowerment lunch, but it's kind of that sort of thing. But she does a lot of things. She has a themed dinner now that I loved, everybody. It's called a Silver Dress, Red Lip. Labrina, that sounds really cool. I hope that picks up cross country. I really would like to see something where sisters can get dressed up, get cute. Silver dress, red lip. We like it. So she's doing that. And we see her greeting all her friends. Latoria also pours a lot of life into her friends. And I do love that about her. She's greeting them with a cute little hug and a shimmy. So we get a few other women we don't know, but they come in. Cute Houston locals, love to see it. Chloe is the first one of the group I'll call them the core 6 of that group to come in. Chloe's always on time. She's an event planner herself, and I think that plays into it. And she always got on something cute, and she wants us to see what she's wearing. So come on in, Chloe. She comes in, they do the hug and the shimmy, and they praise each other. I love the way they greet each other. So she comes in, she gives us a little bit of an update of her family. We know that Chloe was going through, she was married. She lost the love of her life, her husband of 7 years suddenly. And she was in a tough space with her son, Nico, who's in his 20s. Chloe's boyfriend, Jordan, Big Fine Jordan, he's also in his 20s. And Nico's was having a problem with that because they're about 3 years apart. Then she got 2 little, I don't know if they're twins, but 2 little girls. So we see her doing hair. Everybody's getting big. And also Nico was putting a lot of effort into his little sisters and then kind of like almost a man of the house role. And Chloe was getting her second teenage years together. But things are a lot smoother with them. Nico is working. He also had an idea that he wanted to rap. So I did like to see Latoria. She brought him into studio with someone local, and that was really sweet. And we also are seeing Chloe telling us her whatever she has going on. And next we have Ro. Ro's beautiful, everybody. We know Ro with the body, yada, yada, yada. Ro, she's cut her hair. So she's in a little short blonde pixie cut with curls and everything, which is adorable. She's got her silver on. She's got her red lip. The dress is super short. I saw a little silver boot, a little silver boot. So she dances in and they start dancing around her and doing their little thing that they do. I love it. They all sit down and Chloe asked about Elena. Now, last time we saw Elena was, every time you look at Elena and if she mentioned Josh, she'd be getting ready to cry. Or if you didn't think he was fine, then she'd be getting ready to fight. But we're looking for Elena. And so they're asking, where's Elena? Elena was in Colorado, something like that. Latoria had talked to her recently. And Latoria is telling us in the confessional, she's navigating her new life, her new journey. So we know that includes trying to get rid of possibly, maybe, it was a little uncertain, Mr. Financial Infidelity, Josh. Y'all, she kept this man's secret so hard. People were thinking, well, is there a baby? What's going on? Happened to be financial infidelity to the tune of maybe close to $500,000, enough to put the family in dire financial straits, threaten their home, threaten their business. And now Josh, we're going to see him later. We're going to drag him later because some of her sisterhood and fellow cast is going to give Josh a voice to speak on Elena's show. This is our ensemble cast. These 6 ladies, this is their show. The men are incidental. So sitting down with these men and giving them voice to speak against the woman whose show it is, I don't like it. I don't like it. Labrina, that's another reason I was looking at you sideways. We'll discuss it. Let me welcome more people in and then we'll continue. Yes, me too, to be real says. Troy 612 came in. Hello, Sandra P. Everyone in chat, thank you so much. To be real is laughing already. Yeah, this group, they kept me entertained. I'll tell you that. It was a really good episode. Really good episode. So Chloe is telling us about that she's still with Jordan. And then she calls Elena's, excuse me, not ex-husband, he's still her husband, Josh. Oh, fine, Josh. And they bust out laughing because we know that is what Chloe and Elena had a couple of sit-downs about it. And I didn't understand that. If that's your husband, if you want to call him fine, you call him fine. Nobody else saw Josh as fine. I still don't. And with his behavior, I really don't see him as fine now. Now, big fine Jordan, I can't take that away from him. But Josh, we don't see it. Latoria saying, it is so great to have a group of baddie friends. And y'all, they are adorable. And these silver dresses and shoes and the red lip, I love it. I just love that. When they were asking about where are the other two? The other two is Labrina and Munira. Down at the bottom, you see them next to each other at the bottom. Again, Ro is the one with the blonde hair. The other two, middle is Labrina. Munira is on the end at the bottom. So those two, Chloe says she hadn't heard from them. Latoria says after everything happened, she's not surprised they're not here. She hasn't heard from them, but everybody was invited. Now, I do believe Latoria. I think Latoria is one of those people that as long as you're not out and out disrespectful to her, she'll invite you. And whether you come or not is up to you. So they got some kind of problem that's off this show. I don't like it. Chloe is saying, well, last year at the end, we were blooming so beautifully. And we were in a vineyard sipping wine and giving each other a flower and praises. And they were. And that we sung Heart and Hustle Houston's praises because of that. They tried to put a person in there that was going to cause conflict. We didn't want it. Ran her off. She flew up in Rose's face. She thought she was going to start picking at Latoria. And Latoria is the type that can pay you dust. I don't even remember the lady's name, y'all. But hopefully she's gone. And now this group has something going on. They look nice. I love that idea, to be real, about the silver dress and the red lip, because everybody was in kind of the same theme, but they all had their own style. I wasn't comfortable with Labrina bringing Josh to her home and discussing Elena. I didn't like it at all and had the nerve to close the episode with it. And very sensitive topics. These people, they're still up in the air about what their marriage is, and they have young children. And Labrina, nobody did that to her last season. I didn't like that at all. And now she got the nerve to act like somebody's doing something to her because she can't just say, F all of y'all, and I mean it. And then you're supposed to follow behind her and say, Labrina, still come to work because we're all supposed to be together. I would invite her, but I wouldn't beg her. And Munira's on some stuff too. We'll see what's going to happen. Shaniqua was her name. Yeah, she was too much. And she got everything she was looking for and then some. Because Latoria is that type. She can pay you dust, but Ro probably is going to give you back what you're giving her. So when she came in there with all that stuff, oh, hey, you act like you didn't know me. It was like, okay, we're not over here for this. And I'm glad that, well, this is only episode 1. We don't know if they'll bring her back or not. But now that this group of 6 is kind of divided, we especially don't need someone that is a problem. Shaniqua, that was her. I didn't care for her at all. So we find out that at that dinner and production, I don't know how you edited it, what you cut, but they show Labrina talking really slick. And I've heard from other women about you, Chloe. You go into stores and you return things. You leave with items that are not yours. Chloe's supposed to be over here boosting y'all. That is, come on now. I don't believe it. And if it were true, Labrina, why would you bring this to TV? I don't buy it. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Her reputation in Houston, we really think this lady is out here doing that? And why would you bring this up in a situation? Again, it was sisterhood, the vineyard, and Labrina was the one hosting that trip. So I really don't know. And they said it happened after the season, but these comments that production was showing us, she was saying that stuff to Chloe at the dinner. And I think Chloe was trying to clear it up. Latoria might have had words, but it ended up with F you and all this kind of stuff. F all y'all. Except for Munira. Because Munira, you looking like a co-signer. You're going to stamp whatever Labrina does? Now, I don't know enough yet. My cloak is over everybody, but I don't like how she's moving. Yes, she's showing her true colors. To be real, I'm still shocked at Labrina. This is going to be a good season because I'm going to try to remain objective with her, but I don't like how she's moving so far. And Munira, I saw a little bit of that in her. So I'm not completely surprised, but I'm disappointed in them both. I'll just put it that way. So we find out that the other ladies, the 4, are the top row and row, the blonde, the new blonde, that she might have said something about they're not on my level. What is your level? That you have a big ranch? We love that. We sung that ranch's praises. I can't wait to see more of that ranch. So what is the level? That you have a husband? Yeah, we like Grin and Will. We love looking at him. We think he's funny. He's sweet. He's cute. But you said you had to go through the fire to keep him. So what is it that they're not on the level? I'm not understanding. But maybe we'll see more. To be real says me too. Yeah, maybe we'll see more. I don't know what's going on with Labrina. So far, I don't love it. We find out that, remember, there was, in addition to Ro received an award, there were other people that received an award. I love that Latoria was not doing this, oh, the people that are on the show, I'm going to treat them special. Some of her friends, her local friends that work and do different things in the community, they were getting an award. One of the ladies overheard Labrina referring to her as precious. Labrina, you did that? They showed the lady. I think I know who they were talking about. We get a confessional from Latoria, and Latoria said, just in the Black community, anytime you refer to someone, you say precious, it's not meant to be a compliment. And it's not. So what was she trying to say? We know what she was trying to say. We know what she was trying to say. I don't like it, Labrina. And you know that Latoria builds her brand on women empowerment. How do you think this lady felt getting an award and then hearing one of the main people that would be on the flyer saying something like this behind her back? If you didn't know her name, you didn't have to call that lady precious. I don't like it at all. And I have my humor. I try to be funny and give people a lot of latitude, but we're not going to do that. I didn't like that at all. So now she's hurt a friend. And then we are hearing more about it from Latoria. Ro and Chloe are shocked. Shocked, but probably not surprised. Labrina, you something else. So she's really upset. She's saying, I have never showed her any type of disrespect. And when she walked off and then she told us, F all of y'all, I don't understand where any of that is coming from. So this is going to start the season. And then we saw her move on the end of this episode. Labrina is the one I think moving kind of funny. And maybe Munira thinks that is the one she should align with because she's got the husband and a big ranch and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. So Chloe's saying, I don't know if we can resolve it. I hope they can. Again, second season, episode 1, this is what they're doing already. So I have to agree with Latoria. And I think we have enough messy shows. We love them. We got 2 coming on tonight. Real Housewives of Atlanta and Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Let them do that. And the 6 of y'all, you're going to have conflict. You will have conflict, but it doesn't have to be nasty like that. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'll still withhold judgment. And everybody can be, I'll speak life into everybody over here until y'all act completely crazy. And not Josh. We're going to drag Josh, probably drag Jordan too, because they deserve it. So we see Labrina and Unira, they're talking. And now Labrina feels like for Latoria and Chloe to attack me is ridiculous. And they're going to stay in their ridiculous place. And it's going to be ridiculous. And Unira is taking sides. I wish they could have gotten together again before the season started. I don't know what's going on here. So Elena is saying that she's working on keeping her family together. So Josh, of course, is still around in the picture because they got 2 children together. They got little children too. So Chloe is not divorced yet. Not Chloe. Chloe's a widow. Excuse me. Chloe is a widow. Elena's not divorced yet. They're all meeting together for lunch. Of course, Latoria gets there first, and then we see Chloe coming in. She's usually next. And Ro comes in. Everybody looks good. They always compliment each other. And they're waiting for Elena. Production loves to shoot Elena walking down the street like a runway. So we get to see the beautiful Elena. She's wearing longer hair this year because she was in her short hair last year. So she had long ginger hair at this lunch that they were having. Chloe finally asked her out loud. She said, well, are you divorced yet? Did you file yet? And then we get Elena. Here she go again. She's giving us one of these deer in the headlights look. Well, I wanted to keep my Black family together. We did want you to keep your Black family together, but this man has robbed Peter to pay Paul, didn't tell you anything about it, and threatened your business and your home, and you have 2 little children. So I don't understand this. I hope Labrina is not another Stormy. Heaven forbid. I started out liking Stormy too, but she showed her colors really quickly. And I was really, after Melody left the show, I left the show, but I wasn't able to really watch Stormy. And Bell Collective, Birmingham, whatever the new one is, I'm not watching that either. I don't care for Stormy. Supposedly they've targeted somebody over there and make her a villain. And Stormy is her own villain. I don't want to see that from Labrina. She doesn't have to do that. So Chloe's asking questions. Are you divorced or not? Have you filed paperwork? And we get Elena saying, I really wanted to see Josh step up, which confuses Ro. Ro's like, you wanted to see him step up? You were just saying that you wanted to be happy. So Elena's still kind of all over the place as it comes to her and Josh. And I can understand that because they have 2 children. But for me, the financial infidelity, that might be unforgivable. Y'all see how Rob, Dixon, and Juan over there, the way Juan treats her, that was financial infidelity. She lost all their money, all of his NBA earnings to a friend. And then that friend of theirs took himself out of here. So that is a terrible situation. I don't know if they'll ever come back from that, even though she remarried him and told the audience to kiss her A. But Robin's coming back. We'll see what she comes back with. That's Real Housewives of Potomac. Let me get back to Heart and Hustle Houston. So we find out Chloe is still with her young man, Big Fine Jordan. Excuse me if the scenes kind of mixed together because y'all, I think I didn't bring up where Chloe is speaking to Latoria about Jordan and we find out that he may have cheated. And also he's telling Ro, a long time ago, he might have cheated. Now they've just been together a couple of years, so it couldn't have been that long ago. We find out it might have been sometime last year. Now we don't know when all of this was shot, but Jordan has given some woman the code, the door code to his home. So Chloe's saying possible cheating. Chloe, that girl's not coming over here to watch Netflix. And you know that. So don't tell us anything about possible cheating. And Rose saying already, okay, I'm going to have to tell him for my girl, we're not doing this. And Chloe's like, well, don't play with me. I put it in the group chat. She has put this man's whole family in the group chat that Jordan may be cheating. This man is pushing 30. His family, his mom, I told his mama, I told his daddy, I told his brother. Everybody know. You can't shame a garden tool. I'll just say that and leave it at that. If Jordan's going to cheat, he's going to cheat. And y'all, he's 28 years old. He's 28 years old. To be real, is laughing. Yeah, this is a mess. I don't know what Chloe thinks she's doing. I feel like Chloe as a widower, and we saw last season, I loved how open she was. She was still grieving. She was going through what she was going through with her son, Nico. And I feel like she could be dating more than one person. She doesn't have to just be exclusive to Big Fine Jordan because Big Fine Jordan doesn't seem to be exclusive to her. He gonna get on my nerve later in the episode. And Latoria is too. Can we not meet properly with these men? Why are they getting all this voice? I don't want to hear it. These 6, the 6 right here, That's who we want to hear from. They have more than enough going on. And Norman, we haven't really seen you, but you can stay going as well. To Be Real says she agrees. Yeah, this is a little too much with the men. That's only part of their life. All of them have either businesses or children. Munira's doing content creation. Brina has the huge ranch. Her husband, we find out Pops moved back home. She's expanded the ranch. They're doing different things. Her other businesses. Ro is still in her nightlife, hospitality field. Her little mini me. She got a storyline that's going to be going on again. Latoria should be out there dating, back in public relations, marketing, nightlife. Chloe, event planning. So, and Elena with the businesses, we find out she had a gig doing someone's makeup for a wedding in Paris. So we don't need to hear anything from Josh or Jordan or Norman for that matter. I'll bring Norman up too. So this whole questions thing, Latoria is trying to clear it up. Like, it's not an Airbnb type situation or nothing like that. Chloe's like, no, the girl just had the code. So we don't know. I know he's up to no good. I can tell you that for free. He's up to no good. So Munira, thankfully, we didn't get too many home scenes with Munira, we want to see some real, because I feel like she's trying to cultivate the audience a little bit too much and manipulate a little bit. I hate to bring that word out, but we'll see. The Brina, again, that came up about her not thinking the other girls were on her level. Again, I'd like to have more clarification from that. What does that mean? On her level, because I think this is a really nice mix of an ensemble cast. It doesn't say anything about housewives or anything like that. So they're not lesser than her because the only other one married is Munira. Are y'all bonding on that? I don't get that. I like to see the single girls dating. Chloe being a widow, she's out here dating, even though she's trying to be exclusive with Big Fine Jordan, even though he's not with her. Latoria is a single lady in the city. So I don't know what the two of these are doing exactly. Yeah, nobody, this is, it's on ensemble. Nobody is above anybody else yet. Now, if you do something where we have to elevate someone and look at other people different, I can see that, but I don't see it yet. So next we have Labrina. Labrina is telling us this ranch, y'all, it is so gorgeous. I love every time they show this ranch. They have brought in horses where they're kind of like a shelter for horses, bringing them in, helping take care of that. One moment, y'all. I'm going to have to quiet down this other scenario. One moment. Sorry about that. My company was getting a little bit too excited. So they're in the other room playing. So now we see she's telling us, she's a beautiful in red, by the way. She has a beautiful red dress on with, I like Labrina because she starts out like a little bit down home because it's a red sweater dress, but it's got these feathers on the wrist. So that kind of cracked me up. It was really pretty. A horse rescue. Thank you. The ranch, part of it is a horse rescue. So her and Will, they outright cowboy and cowgirl. We love it. But that don't mean you have to be mean to your friends. Invite them back over to the ranch. They had a nice scene last year where they actually showed clips from that. They had Elena over, Josh over, poured them wine, and they were just, everybody was talking and fellowshipping and getting to know each other. And for couples, they can bond with other single people, but to bring in one half of a couple, as we'll see later, and get his side of it. I didn't like that, Labrina. I didn't like it. So in the confessional, she's telling us they've expanded her Pilates bar, the escape spa that she had. So this was really nice. Again, that horse with the little plaid jacket on, a horse rescue, to be real, let me know. So that is really nice. She's having tea with Munira, and they're trying to get their side of the story out as far as why she had to say F everybody, F y'all, and I mean it. So according to her, she was being ganged up a little bit by Latoria and Chloe. But if it's true, she had already told the people that you're not on my level and accusing Chloe of boosting or whatever it was she was doing, I can understand why they're trying to get their get back and put their side of the story out. So here's Munira's the amen corner. And so as they were speaking, she's in her confessional talking about Labrina. As they were speaking, they weren't really giving her a chance to state her case. Munira, this is a little bit messy. Now, we know season 1, Munira and Latoria had a little bit of a misunderstanding about cutesy. And Munira does have that look, but she took great offense. Latoria apologized a few times, to our knowledge, it hasn't happened again. Not enough for anybody to be taking sides against. So we still didn't get down to where she got to the point where saying F y'all, but it did indeed happen. Now we see, and Chloe's been all over social media. I don't know, maybe some of them are selling the show more than others. I follow Rose all over social media, but with the different things that she's doing. Y'all, I saw Chloe and Jordan, they were stuck down in Jamaica during that hurricane. So she is still out and about. Munira, you might be on the wrong team. And I hope there's not a team. I hope we're wrong about that there's not a team. So they did have their issues last year. And I thought made it up by the end of the season. So Labrina giving her side of it, she was saying, and I could feel myself. I was turning into something. I would get ready to flip that table. So that was why I got up in Munira, amen corner. I was very proud of you that you didn't do that. I was very proud. Girl, you weren't flipping no tables. Nobody's afraid of you. Why can't you all talk to each other? I don't know where that came from, but that's what she said. I'm proud of you. You didn't get up and flip the table. But when she got up, she did say F all of y'all. And then have not responded to Latoria when she had an event that she invited everybody to. So I don't know. We'll see how they're going to smooth this situation over. So Latoria was meeting the other 4 ladies at lunch. I didn't finish the lunch scene. Oh, they look beautiful. But Latoria was doing a lot. She came in, she was dressed up. She looked cute. So Chloe was complimenting her. I think I saw some leopard print. She's got the blonde mixed in, looking good, Latoria. And Chloe's like, look at you. This is cute. You looking good. And Latoria's sitting here talking about every day, BET award. Latoria, stop. You were not every day, no BET awards. You didn't do it season 1, and you're not doing it now, but you look really cute. So I like the fact she's trying to pop her collar a little bit, because we know Latoria was trying to date last season. And Labrina, you were being shady. You put her with an old cowboy. That man was older than her late daddy. We didn't need that. That was too much. So we find out she's out here. She's dating. She's trying to be cute. Troy 612 says, sounds interesting. I have to start watching. I like it. It's on the OWN network. I can't remember which streaming service I saw it on. I know Hulu has it, but whomever covers OWN, if you have that. But it's worth watching. And also, y'all, everybody, they're trying to promote it. So they have all of season 1 on YouTube. So you can take your time deciding what streaming service you want. I think you laughing at Latoria, to be real. You hear her saying all that stuff. Come on now. She knows she got to step it up, because when Chloe and Ro and them come in, Latoria's got to step her game all the way up. And of course, they did come in. They were dressed up too. Hello, Kiwan JTV. This is one of my fellow content creators. I am so glad to see you in the chat. Now, I think you're going to do Heart and Hustle too, correct? If you're not over there, everybody, get over there just in time for her, not only reality TV, but also scripted television. So you don't have to listen to Tyler Perry tell the same story over and over and over again. Just let Kiwan J tell you what he said, like I do. I can't be bothered with Tyler. Good afternoon, Miss Sandra in chat. Good afternoon to you too. And I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Good to see you. Thank you. So the ladies, they're kind of grilling Elena a little bit, but Elena starts talking in circles. You know how Elena do. And Ro kind of outs her a little bit. So are you dating? Is it somebody local? Chloe wants to know, is it a DJ? Here's Ro. Is it a rapper? And Elena starts blushing and looking and just doing this here. Ooh. Is it a rapper? Girl, what? And Latoria said, give me the phone. Let me see the DMs. And Chloe said, you know they're in the DM. You know they were in the DMs. Last year, everybody was looking at Josh like, okay, wait a minute. What? You fumbled Elena? Not only is she a beautiful lady, but this lady has her own business. She is known for how creative she is with makeup. Again, she was doing a whole wedding over in Paris. Josh. And Josh is over here looking pitiful and thirsty and home unhoused. I won't call him homeless. And my children are between 2 homes. That's your fault. That's your fault. Yes, I'll have it up sometime today. Oh, good. I'm looking forward to it. I will definitely be over there. CDW, it's good. I watch it on the OWN network. Yeah, it is very good. I really like it. I like it than a lot of their other OWN shows. It's not as messy, but again, we starting out going into 2 teams. I don't know what's going to happen, CDW. I don't know. It's a little bit different. So I don't know. I hope Elena is out there dating. Oh, she did say when Chloe was trying to nail it down, well, have you filed? And she She want to keep her black family together. And Rose trying to pin it down, but you said you wanted to be happy. I don't know if they're mutually exclusive. Maybe you can't keep the black family together if Josh is out here spending to the tune of, was it $500,000? Something the man was doing day trading. I couldn't trust him like that. You can't be on a joint checking account. How are y'all still married? How are y'all a couple? Thanks. I'll catch up by next week. Yeah, it's well worth watching. I really like it, Trust 612. She's one of my moderators. Thank you so much for coming in during the live. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. So I was giving Latoria credit for being a bit of a peacemaker, but then we're going to see a scene where Yashi is meeting with Big Fine Jordan. Why are you meeting with Big Fine Jordan? We already found out that he gave another girl, another woman, his door code because he and Chloe were living separately. And then we see Latoria walking into the place saying, Jordan contacted me at about 6 a.m. in the morning, and he wanted to meet with me and speak about Chloe. No, wrong answer. I don't want any of my friends, husbands, significant others, whomever, to call me at any time, let alone 6 a.m. in the morning and try to find anything out for me. My brother-in-laws didn't even do that, y'all. I didn't think that's appropriate. Key1JTV, support Miss Sandra's channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, please do that, everyone. It does help keep a smaller, growing channel in the algorithm. It really does. And then Team Replay, as you know, there's a new hype feature. You only get 3 a week. So I'm asking for one. All I'm asking is for one of the hypes, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, Key1JTV. So Latoria and Jordan are sitting down. This man is telling Latoria that he wants to move to the next level with Chloe and that he feels like she's the woman for him. She's helped make a man out of me, all this kind of stuff. Basically, he wants Chloe to build him. He wants Chloe to do build a man, and I don't like it. Chloe has a son that was in his mid-20s that she was trying to help build because he was mourning and serving in a role that wasn't really for him to serve, almost man of the house. So Jordan, you can't come over here and expect this from Chloe. You should be able to lift her up, her being a widow and everything. Latoria starts grilling him. She's asking questions. Have you ever been engaged? Have you ever been married? He's never been engaged. He's never been married. He's only 28 and he's been with Chloe maybe a couple of years. And for me, she seems to be taking it a little more seriously than he is. Now, all of a sudden, he's head over heels in love and he got this ring and he's trying to lock it down. I don't know, Chloe. I'd make him wait a little longer, and I think she should add more people to the mix. I'd like to see her out here dating. I really would. Latoria's telling him, you can't be 90% ready. You have to be 100% ready. Latoria, I don't think this is your role. I don't even like the two of y'all meeting. I don't think this is your role. So she said that he can't pretend like everything is peaches and cream, that he has to really focus on their healing. This man has cheated. That's the reason why there needs to be focus on the healing. So I don't want to miss that. And I don't know. We didn't know Big Fine Jordan. What do you do for a living? There's a lot of different things. Because another thing that really raised red flags for me, the first season we met him, season 1, he came in trying to like advise Chloe on how she should handle her son, Nico. I don't like that. Y'all running the same circles. Y'all practically the same age. You got 3 years on this man and trying to make him call you daddy. No, we don't like it. We don't want it. So next we go to another scene, Sabrina and Will. Grinning Will. I love her husband. Key1J is saying exactly. Yeah, this is some foolishness. I don't know if you watched it yet, Key1J. I know you'll stop in before you have. It is such a good episode. Some of these scenes, your mouth gonna be hanging open. I'm looking forward to what you have to say about it. But that was Latoria sitting down with Jordan. Latoria, and now you part of this ensemble cast. Save these scenes and this kind of stuff for you, the core 6. I'll introduce them again. There's Latoria, Chloe in the middle, and Elena. And then at the bottom, we've got the door knocker earrings on a newly blonde row, which really suits her. It's gorgeous. Labrina in the middle. Where's she at in the middle? Labrina, I think she's trying to start something this season, y'all. And I like Labrina, but I'm watching her. I got my good eye on her. And Munira. Munira, you bigger and better than a sidekick, but we'll see. Not yet. Okay, you're going to like it. It's a really good one. So Sabrina and Will are at their beautiful ranch. I won't say the acreage because I can't remember. It was a lot of acres. I mean, they had a lot of ranch. And he was like, look at you in here acting like you're a little chef or something. I like the way they tease each other. She said, and is, but she's not cooking, y'all. She's cutting up stuff for a charcuterie board. That's the new buzzword of the season for any of these shows, honey. You're going to get a charcuterie board if you don't get any other food. So it's got the meats, the cheeses, the fruit, the sweets, whatever else you want to put on it. They got a new thing where they'll do like a regional charcuterie board. So if you specialize in something, you can put that, like Madam Diane over there on Real Housewives of Atlanta. If she do one, hers will have lemon pepper wings on it and a large pepperoni pizza on top of a white comforter. Hey, Madam Diane. But she's putting that together. He kind of teasing her while she's in there doing it. Labrina and Will, her husband's name is Will. And she said, we are expecting Josh. We're waiting on Josh to visit us. We hadn't seen Josh in a while. Labrina, it's looking like you haven't seen Josh since the season that y'all shot, the first season, and when he was with his wife, Elena, and they came to you all's house together. And we saw a flashback production. Thank you, production. Showed us scenes of Elena. When you would mention Josh, Elena's face would kind of drop. She was so fragile, y'all. She had the little short hair at the time. Her face would drop, and this lady would be almost in tears. And if she wasn't physically crying, she was like speaking through tears. So Labrina, for you to host this man knowing the damage that he's done to his family, I can't, y'all. Welcome in, American Born. It is so good to see you. I'm so late. That's all right, American Born. You can be team replay. And then this is really the juiciest scene. So I just started that. American Born, don't stay away from me. Y'all, American Born has a theme song. American Born, come in and take your seat. She's saying good evening. So welcome in on this Sunday late afternoon. Thank you for joining me during the live, though. I appreciate you. I really do. It's good this season, American Born. This is a good scene. This is Labrina is in her kitchen at that beautiful ranch with her husband, Will, and they're getting ready to be all kinds of messy. They're having Josh come over. Josh of the financial infidelity, who almost broke Elena season 1. And she's still picking up the pieces. So she says, Labrina, I think you're lying, because she hadn't seen him in a while. He's developing his own relationship with my husband. I don't believe it, y'all. What do these two have in common? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Yeah, I'll start from the beginning when you're done. Thank you, American Born. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, the last scene is something else. It is. I'm surprised. I've mentioned a few times, I'm surprised at Labrina. I'll save my disappointment. I'm a little bit disappointed, but I don't know what else was done to her or what she feels was said or done about her. So I don't know why she's moving like this, but Labrina, we don't like it. And Munira, you better than a sidekick like this. American Born is speaking to Kiwan JTV. So they're in their kitchen. She's putting together a charcuterie board, and she's trying to convince us, the audience, that Will is friends with Josh, even though she haven't seen him since they last saw him with Elena. So I don't believe this man is your friend. You're trying to get in Elena's business, and I don't like it. What has Elena done to you? And why are they giving him a platform? This is the platform for these ladies. Their men are incidental. I don't like it at all. So I got a bunch of notes about that. Why does Josh have a scene? I don't like this. And Jordan shouldn't be in our face either. This is the women's ensemble cast. So I stand firm on that. So we find out from Will that Pop is back in the house. Pop is Labrina's mini-me, her teenage son, who was feeling torn between the two homes. His father is still in his life, still wants him around. But when Pop goes over there, sometimes his grades start to drop, and Pop is a football player as well. And to have Will, who was a professional NFL player, in his life and kind of mentoring him on that front is amazing. But Pop has got like 1 foot in, one out. But he is back in Labrina and Will's home. So good for him. I love it. I love to see it. These men want the fame so bad. Yeah, she's shaking her head. I think that too, American Born. A real man for me, he would love his wife to shine. This is her show. Amazing. Show up looking nice, looking neat for the events that they have. And let that be you sitting up here trying to be one of the ensemble. Like they say, you acting like you want a peach. They don't have peaches over here, but that's how Josh and Jordan are acting. And I don't like it at all. So then Josh shows up. The not fine Josh. Remember, Chloe didn't think he was fine, and Elena was wanting to fight. So he shows up. He's looking around the ranch. When he knocks on the door, when they let him in, he's like, he's one of these people. Josh, I don't believe you. I don't think you're that upset, because Josh came here for some foolishness. and y'all are going to see it. He puts on a pitiful face. So when Will was mentioning that Pop, he's like, well, how Josh did ask about the family. How's the family? How's everything? Well, Pop's back. Things are going good. So I like the relationship that Will has with Pop and that Labrina has with Pop, because they had a couple of heart-wrenching scenes last season. I'm glad Pop's doing well. Also, when Nico and Chloe met last season, some of it was kind of heart-wrenching. And the young men, they just tug at my heartstrings. Any of the children, but particularly when the young men are having a hard time. And I like that these women, even Ro brought her mini-me. There was some type of bullying issue. And we're going to see a little bit more of that later in the season. So I love the fact that these women are allowing their families to also be showcased. Munira, to me, is the only one that's trying to stage manage the whole thing with her mom and Norman. And the kids were a little too, maybe they're looking for a reality show or spinoff or something. I don't know. But the way the kids were talking to Norm was a little crazy. Luckily, we didn't see a lot of Norm this episode. They all acting like Peter from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Peter ended up being the blueprint, or as Nene ended up naming him, Patricia. Act like you want a damn peach. I don't believe Josh either. Yeah, he came in looking pitiful. And this is the part where I really started to side-eye Labrina. So Josh is saying, I'm going through the same thing in my home. My kids are being torn between two homes. That's because your kid's mama couldn't trust you with the family checkbook. And then Labrina is really leading this conversation. If she were in a courtroom, the judge would stop her. Ma'am, you're leading the conversation. You're leading the witness. Labrina's standing up. She's still acting like she's getting everything together. And she's acting like these questions are matter of fact, but they're designed to elicit information from Josh and to put Elena on Front Street. And we know how guarded Elena was. Y'all, this was really nasty work. She's asking him. So we got her side of it. We didn't really get your side of it because she's the one centered on the show, not him. We didn't need his side of it. He was in therapy. That man would swallow his tongue in therapy. And the therapist, thankfully, production flashed back to that. Well, Josh, what do you think about this? I'm just trying to save the family. It's COVID. He had 1,001 excuses why he almost stole from the family funds. Yeah, I'm going to put it like that. I'll just say it. Financial infidelity. Bullseye American Born is saying. Just terrible. So Labrina's trying to just give him questions and just lay it out on a silver platform. The kids are between two homes, and I'm trying to figure out whether or not we're still going to be together. And why would she bring me to therapy if she really actually wasn't going to take me back? She's out here. She's partying. And Will's like, well, I didn't really understand. What happened? Well, during COVID, I'm the one that I put 75% of the business together. I mean, I didn't do the makeup. Elena's business is makeup. What this lady does, and very creatively and talented, I might add, is beat faces. That's what she does. Had a wedding in Paris. So Josh, if you can't do that, you can't put 75% of her business together. Even if you were doing accounting or the business part of it, whatever. She was the brains, the everything. We had her mother on here season 1, and she said, my friends would come over, they'll leave with a beat face. I'm using my products. And the mother was like, wait a minute. She said, wait a minute. You need to start charging them. And the mother saw a vision for her daughter that Elena didn't even see. And now she has a very lucrative, successful business. I follow her, and she does amazing work. Now, her own face is a canvas, but I think even if she didn't look like that, she'd look like that. She's talented. So, Josh, we're not going to let you do that. We're not going to let you do it at all. CW says, I agree. Bullish, 75%. What a liar. American Born, when he said that, I couldn't believe it. And then Labrina is going to double down on it. 75%. So you're saying that without you, only 25% of the business would be there? I'm looking at Labrina like, Labrina, what? What are you doing? And he's like, yeah. Now, the camera pan to Will. Will's always smiling. Will's smile kind of dropped a little bit. And he's like, maybe they went too far. Yeah, Will, y'all went too far because you've set a precedent where if anybody wants to get together and have a meeting without Labrina there, without you there, they can talk about y'all and say whatever it is they want to say, because now you've brought Josh in to speak about Elena, who's not there. And so then Josh, He's been throwing little, grenades, but he's going to pull out a bazooka. This man said, and another thing, I'm tired of everybody acting like I'm the one that's doing everything within this marriage. Y'all, he started to remind me of a less nice looking Martell Holt. And this is our own show, so we know how some of them will do. Josh, you didn't have to do this. He said, tired of everybody acting like it's just me. I'm not the only one that made mistakes in the marriage. Labrina picks that up. What do you mean you're not the only one that made mistakes in the marriage? There's other people that made mistakes in the marriage. There's only 2 people in a marriage, Joshy. Y'all, this really was disgusting to me. This was nasty. So Labrina lays it out to Josh, threw the ball, and he picked up the bat and knocked it out of the park. Claims that she had been unfaithful. I was so surprised that Labrina allowed that. And Will knows they went too far. He ain't grinning now, y'all. He's looking like, I don't know. I don't believe him that she was cheating either. Yeah, we heard the ladies sit at lunch and say, Chloe and them, you know how Chloe is. They started trying to pull things out of her. Even Latoria was egging her on, kind of laughing. And she was saying, I'm going to wait until the ink is dry. And she might be doing that because she knows what a snake Josh is. Josh, this was really terrible. This didn't look good at all. So I think Labrina was trying to make some of it out to be Elena's fault. We get a confessional with Labrina. I don't want people to feel like just because he's a man that he can't have his side of it. But that doesn't mean you're the one that have to provide him with a platform. I didn't like that at all. Messy. To be real, it was messy. Nasty work, Labrina, real nasty. And this table you set, you're not going to like it when somebody does that to you. Elena, I know when she watches this scene, it's going to be something else. And she's going to start treating her like a coworker. And it's going to be like, well, we're not close because I can't trust you. That's why we're not close. So Josh is still complaining. I called her on our anniversary. I have written her a letter. I called her that morning. She said she just wanted to take a nap and go to the movies. And then I called her 8 o'clock that night to check on her. She still didn't want to be bothered. And she take me to therapy, and I could see that she don't want this. She don't want this. And act like Elena's out here in the street. Y'all, we know that was not the case. This was crazy. So honestly, him calling her on the anniversary, I'm not impressed with any of that, because we know that Elena was begging this man on screen to be more a part of their marriage. And at that point, he had basically swallowed his tongue. And then Labrina's still trying to set him up to make her friend, or supposedly her friend, look like the bad guy. Well, why didn't you feel like you could talk to her about what was going on with the money? And Will's like, I don't understand that part of it. But why she didn't know about it? Yeah, well, she didn't know about it. Well, it was during COVID time, and I'm trying to save the business. Now, we remember that during COVID, certain service businesses, if you're doing makeup or something like that, a lot of the hair salons, they went out of business. So it sounded like to me, Elena, knowing that I'm not going to be able to legally like do people face and stuff like that, and they weren't having big events. You couldn't get together for weddings and things like that. So I could understand that. They had their money, $500,000 or whatever it was. This man, I'm still trying to bring money in to keep an income coming in. This man starts day trading and losing. So I don't care what you say, Labrina, you wouldn't have been okay with it. Will saying, she didn't know about it? And he said, well, no, she didn't know about it. So Josh, you're wrong. Labrina, you're dead wrong. And this scene kind of got under my skin. I didn't like it. So he was saying that she was out here partying in therapy. She was acting like she didn't want it. And Labrina said, basically, you're saying that you're not the only person that cheated. Now, y'all, we dragged Elena all season 1 gently because she was so fragile. We didn't want to do too much to her. She never out now said Josh cheated. The audience was guessing. We didn't know it was financial infidelity. There were people guessing it was a baby, but she never actually said what the man did. I think it was the last episode we finally found out what it really was. So, wow, Labrina, this was a lot. So he got the stupid look on his face. Labrina looked satisfied. And Will, I don't know. You look like you did. You know you went too far. Labrina, I'm not going to call you a piece of ish, but you're nasty. That's nasty. Yeah, that's nasty work. I didn't like it. So, y'all, that was the end of the episode. We are going to see this blow up in the season, and we're going to see Elena is going to get to sit down with Labrina and ask her, you didn't feel like you could come to me before you discuss such delicate topics on camera with him? And here's Labrina. Now we know she'll lie. She's already lied about what went on for her to jump up and say, F all of y'all, and I mean it. So y'all, this is too much. Labrina did most of the talking with Josh. She was leading him just like they were in courtroom, CDW. She was acting like she was that man's attorney. And to me, Josh didn't deserve that kind of grace. We watched how he moved first season, and Elena trying to protect this man's reputation. And he basically done bankrupted the whole family and put his wife back out here to work. So I don't know. I think that what Labrina has done, she's going to regret. I think it's going to cause a deeper wedge in the group. We'll see the other ladies meeting. And Chloe and I think Latoria, even though they've had the most words so far, it looks like with Labrina, they also seem the two that are willing to be objective and try to pull things back together. We see Ro in a scene getting activated and saying, "What? How are we gonna pull all this back together?" And all of the ladies are kind of at each other's throats. So this was a really good first episode. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 because I do like the way that they filled us in based on everything that had happened last season. They bring us up to date. We start out where we ended. Latoria got the last scene at her party when she was leaving public relations, started the first scene where here she is back into public relations. And then we kind of catch up with all of the ladies, except for Munira didn't really put out. We didn't really see a lot from you, Munira. Do they have friends of over here? Because maybe you could be one. Because I'm kind of sick of her too. I don't like a sidekick thing. Like Shamia over there. Y'all know I try to like Shamia, but she too much of a sidekick. CDW said, I thought he was on the DL. She kept his secret so close. We didn't know what was wrong with Josh. That was the other rumor. Some of the creators, the audience, people thought the man was on the DL. Other people thought there was an outside baby, a.k.a. a la Martell Holt from Love and Marriage Husband. We didn't know what the man was doing. The last thing on my mind was financial infidelity. And then to me, when she spilled that that's what it was, that might be one of the most unforgivable to me. So this was really good. You give it a 9 as well, American Born, good. And I can't wait to Kiwan J puts her, she's covering this as well. The content creator that was in here, she covers it as well. Everybody that came in during the live, thank you so much. We had To Be Real in here. CDW, American Born, Trust 612 came in. Everybody that came in during the live. We had a few people in the bushes. So y'all, I'm looking forward to it. Had some cast over here last season. Hey, Ro, you want to drop in again? Again, everybody, I'm objective. And I start out pouring and speaking life into everybody. Some of y'all gonna act a fool this season. And then the chat's probably gonna drag you. But I'll put Sandra P's cloak of immunity on you. And this show is amazing. I'm so glad they got a season 2. And I hope that I'm wrong about the direction that Labrina and Munira are going in. But the last scene just kind of confirmed to me, y'all, I don't know. Let me read the rest of these comments. And then we will end this live. And then tomorrow, sometime tomorrow morning, I will have Real Housewives of Rhode Island is alive. And then also Real Housewives of Atlanta is alive as well. American Born is laughing with CDW. Yeah, there was a whole contingent that thought the man was on the down low. Now here he is trying to out Elena for something, and I don't think she did. And if she did, I'll allow it because financial infidelity, that you out here cheating too, I believe it. I believe it. You're welcome. Kiwan J says thank you. You are welcome. She's giving a heart to you as well. To Be Real, thank you for joining. Yes, this season gonna be good. That's for sure. It is American Born. I really like it. Yes, Rhode Island. We're waiting. I don't know how much further these ladies can go. Hopefully, we'll get to see Rich sing tonight in his Frank Sinatra voice. I'm looking forward to it. And my girl Liz act a total fool. I need a bigger cloak for my Liz. Liz blaming on the menopause. You're turning the people against you. I'm not there yet. That's still my girl. But thank you, American Born. Thank you, Sandra. I will see all of you in the YouTube streets and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Goodbye, everybody.
Just put a label on it, even if it doesn't change the circumstance. Because there's so much about this moment that is trying to make people feel like they've lost their mind. When in fact, these motherfuckers are crazy.